keep changing stuff. They do that confuse me. Hey everybody, welcome to Panfish Nation along with Mark and I'm Lyle. Mark, what a week it's been, man.
It's been pretty crazy. I hope you had a great Christmas. I'm pretty sure you did.
I had always do. I always do. Hell, Santa always has a good time, man.
Man, I can't believe 2020. Well, I'm glad it is, but it's hard to believe that another year has gone by.
I remember adults when I was a kid saying every year they go a little faster, a little faster. If they get going much faster, I'm gonna be gone before I'm ready.
I know the feeling. I feel the same way.
They're just flying by. This last year really did, and that didn't seem like that long ago. And Cindy and I was a couple of kids riding across Missouri and Illinois to see my sister on a motorcycle and chasing each other around the house. And now we're old, we can't chase each other. And if we caught each other, I don't know what we'd do. And we got a whole bunch of grandkids that we never expected we'd ever have. It's just crazy.
Well, that's a blessing. Sounds like a pretty good trade-off, to be honest with you.
Well, it is, but we can't do what we used to do, and that's a little disappointing when they tell you when you grow up, just wait till you get them golden years. Hell, give me them 30s and 40s back anytime. Anytime.
If I go back knowing what I know now, I'd be unstoppable. That's for sure. 100%.
Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you so much. Mark, there's a whole bunch of people in chat. What do you say we give them a welcome in?
Josh says, Lyle, I forgot to buy tickets. I'm sorry.
Not sure what that's about, but no, Josh.
There's some sort of
meme about it.
All right, let me say hello to everybody. Hey, there's my buddy Keith over at Northwest PA Fishing. Keith, I got your package today. Thank you very much, sir.
Actually, here. Are you talking about?
I'm talking about
package like this.
Yeah, package like that. Look at that. Right on. Thank you, sir.
Bucktails that are awesomeness, man. They were big ones too.
We're gonna put them to use.
I can't thank you enough, my friend.
I'm gonna tie me some walleye jigs with some of them. I think.
Absolutely.
Keith, thanks again, buddy. There's Bag Fishing Adventures in the house. Chris Everett. There's Chucky. What's up, Chucky? Crappie Day Fish on. Dale Hayslip. There's Double Hook Angling. He is a member of the channel. What's going on, David? Fish and Freedom. How you doing, Richard? There's Freddy's Outdoor Adventures. Go get you some FOA rods. Halana's Catfish Adventures. What's up, Halana? How you doing? There's Michelle over at It's All Mine. John Boy's Catfishing in the house. There's my buddy Lance McCoo guy. What's going on, Lance? Hopefully he's coming out to Mendota this year. I'm pretty sure that he'll go out there. There's Maurice Kaysen. What's up, Maurice? How you doing, bud? Nina's Kayak Crew. Nina's got a birthday coming up. Her 24th birthday, Lyle.
God bless her. 24th?
24th birthday.
And how old's
Freddie's a crail robber. He should be ashamed of himself.
He should be if that's the case.
Ashamed of himself. Nubby's catfishing in the house. Real and virtual outdoors. There's Dustin over at Team Snag and Whiskers. What's going on, bud? There's, speaking of double, there's Josh, the weekend angler. The great Timbalina. There's my friend, Real Gals Fish. God's Truck. There's Adventures with Robin C. She's a member of the channel too. I believe she was the very first member, Lyle. So we got to make sure we look out for her. Let's see, Chris Everett just popped in. Dan Thompson in the house. What's up, Dan? Dan won a reel on my members giveaway. He won an Abu Garcia, bud.
I should have had that.
He won an Abu Garcia reel. Hopefully he'll put that to good use and he'll put a lot of fish on the bank or the boat or whatever.
Joe Bucks, you need to request that he sends you pictures of the fish he catches on that.
Dan, consider that the request right there, bud. Joe Buck 66, he's also a channel member. Thank you, Joe Buck. He said he was eating while he was watching, so we're not going to interrupt him if we don't have to. And I want to make sure I did miss Nubby's catfishing. Nubby, how you doing? And I think I got everybody. I'm sure Lyle will pick you up if I didn't.
Yeah, I really wasn't. I was doing something else, but yeah, we'll do the best we can to get you. Don't be offended if we miss somebody because we don't ever do that on purpose. No, it just don't matter. We want everybody to be acknowledged, but sometimes they just slip by us. Really nice reel. What model was it?
I got him a 6500, a Catfish Special, the new one. I believe it's gray.
Oh man, and I don't have one of them.
I can tell you where to get one.
Thank you, but I'm good for the moment.
I've gotten to that point where I got too many crappie and panfish reels compared to the rods, and I got too many catfish rods compared to my catfish reels.
Yeah,
that's not going to be good.
I understand.
I'm going to get in a lot of trouble, I think, coming up here soon.
We're so far behind here at my house. We think we're ahead. I don't remember if we talked about this before or not. I know you know about it, but we bought a refrigerator and it leaked and it ruined the laminate floor. So, all things being said, I got to give kudos to Lowe's. We called them up because when they installed it, there was a valve in behind the refrigerator to shut the water line on and off, and they showed me that it was leaking. I said, "Well, we'll just replace that." No. When you just open it back up, it won't leak. The next night, about midnight, I walk in there and the floor is squishy.
Oh, never good.
It rinked the laminate. In the way my house is designed, there's no way to break a room from the other. So to make it match, he's going to have to replace the kitchen, the dining room, the living room, and the hallway. And we contacted Lowe's, and they took care of it. They said they would, and they did. In fact, they was on us to get things done so they want it done. I was very impressed with that. They will have my business from now on.
That's how you get it, and that's how you keep it. You take care of your clients. Right.
So the people come out. We've been fighting this, and they come and got and started doing our stuff the other day, Tuesday. They got everything done. They replaced it all. It looks awesome. We're going to paint some walls and things now before we get everything put back together. But they done exactly what they said they was going to do. The floor looks awesome. Shouldn't have had to went through it, but we did, and they done what they said they was going to do. So I'm impressed with that. Now, with that being said, you ever take 3 or 4 rooms of stuff and put it in your garage and in one spare bedroom and try to put everything back? My God, it's horrible. It's just moving.
I'm working out of a room like that right now. If I turn this camera in other directions, the people in chat would be shocked.
Yeah.
You got to put it somewhere.
You do. And then when you put it back, you try to condense and you throw away stuff and you try to get more room. So I moved all my jig time stuff over here now. And, we're just trying to make it better. And the garage, you can't hardly walk through. And, I got to get back to work out there, but I can't.
Yeah, you got work to do. I know you got work to do.
Yeah, I do. And it keeps coming, and it is what it is. But life, but when you're 30 or 40, you just don't worry about that. You just get stuff done, you go on. Well, when you're a little older than that, it slows you down just a little bit. And all I want to do is be like James Dockery and go fishing every day.
Don't we all? Hey, real quick, I need to make sure that I say hello to Betty Jean. She's probably watching in the background on the TV. I want to say hello to Dee, Cindy. Hello, Cindy. How you doing? James Dockery and Katie. Hello, everybody.
Well, I'm hoping Brandon is still doing well after his surgery.
He's doing pretty good from my understanding, except I don't think he'll mind if I say this too much. I think he's got a toothache now on top of all of this. So poor guy.
He just keeps coming.
Yeah, I know.
I am not a certified dentist, but I can pull that tooth.
Yeah, I can too. I got some 50-pound mono over here, leader, that works wonders on teeth. Or some braid. You could always do a drag test too.
I got some duck bills right here. They got teeth on them. I reach in and grab that thing. I don't think that he'd like that. If you know what is better than being James Dockery, not being 3 foot tall.
Kim Burnett, what's going on, Kim? Hi, Kim, on my show Monday night. It was good to talk to him, but he pointed me in a direction of a jig supply place on eBay, and I spent too much money, Kim.
I wished I would have helped you out with that.
But I'm set.
Monday, I didn't have any.
Hey, I went in there after the show. You guys had already gone to sleep because Chad and Josh Josh, I believe, had to work. I know Chad's off. I went back in to see if you guys were still hanging around, and I knew you were having all your computer stuff down because of the flooring and stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I'll just have to do it without him.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't have I think let's see, Monday, Tuesday. I think Tuesday afternoon late when I got my this computer set up. This over here still not going yet. So I don't know what I've done. I think I've got the monitor hooked up to the wrong thing in the back, but I'm really not worried about it. This is the one we use most of the time, and it does the shows and different things. So yeah, but anyhow, enough with my crap. Man, what a year we've had, Mark.
It's been we're on episode 99. Time flies when you're having fun. No joke. Exactly. I know we didn't do all 99 of them this year, but we did a majority of them this year. So
we done 52 of them.
Yep, we sure did. Fishing by Face says my cousin pulled all his teeth with a gallon of moonshine. That don't hurt.
Sweet.
He says
I ain't doing that.
Yeah, it's been a good ride. We've had plenty of good guests, plenty of good topics. Everybody in chat's always great. I know we get a lot of people that listen to it on Spotify and stuff as well. So it's always good to hear about that stuff. I kind of compiled a quick list here of some of the people we had on. We've had like Jerry Parker on, Betty Jean, Jerry Hohausen. Jerry, I'm sorry if you're watching, but Jerry, your name's as difficult to say as mine, I think. Trey Bolton. One of my favorite guests was Bob Lusk. That was a real good show.
Yeah.
Real good. We had the good folks from Live in Minnesota Outdoors. We even had Gabby and Justin on here tying jigs. Remember that one?
Have Gabby.
It was. She was tying jigs in a dog costume. Remember that?
Yeah. What a sweetheart.
David Martin was on our show. James Dockery's been on numerous times. He was also the mystery guest while I was in Las Vegas, acting a fool and ending other people's streams. Luke Henges has been on a couple of times. Him solo. He was also on with the Old Carver podcast guys. That was a good show. Kim Burnett we've had on a few times. It's always good to talk to the Kim Burnett, the master jig tire himself, and he's a hell of a fisherman, that's for sure. We had Caleb Hensley from 903 Fishing. He's taken off like crazy. He's become a big star. We also had Flopping Crappie on. Deniston's a good guy. I was happy to get a chance to talk to him. That was cool. Matt Walbert was on there. Good old Matt wanted to be outdoors. Jeremy Albritton was on. Eric Massey, who's killing it this time. Well, he's killing it out there in social media. He's guiding now. He's doing all sorts of stuff, tying pretty interesting stuff, real cool stuff. David over at what your hat says, Double Hook Angling. We had so much, and that's just like the tip of the iceberg. I kind of jotted down a few of the names. If you guys are listening out there and I missed it, I apologize, but it's been quite the eventful year. Got a chance to talk to so many good people about so many good topics and learned so much from them. So,
and that's a lot of it, Mark. We learned ourselves from our guests, so we know that the people that we're getting are not only teaching us, but people that watch the show. So I consider that a win-win. And it's not that we know everything, but when somebody tells me something that they've been doing forever and I've never heard of it, I'm thinking, wow, how did I miss this?
I'm going to try. You know, I kind of make sure I never claimed to be an expert at any of this. I just claim to be a student of it, and that's kind of my passion is learning as I go. It's the actual process to me that I find as much passion as I do in the actual fishing. So,
yep. When I used to do a lot of seminars for guys in the catfishing world, I would tell them when you stop learning, you're probably too good. And they look at you like there was something wrong with you, but it's true. If you stop learning, you know too much.
Or you think you know it all. That's the way I look at it.
That's the point, yeah. but nobody stops learning whether they'll admit it or not, you know. And Larry Muse was one that told me when I said that one time. He said, "My God, that might be the greatest thing I ever heard." It's true though. If you just start to where you don't want to learn anymore, then you've topped out. And that's as good as you're going to be.
It's about it's time you found something else, because that means you're not interested in learning about it anymore.
Yep, I agree. So I was thrilled that we have guests like that could teach everybody, including us. And Bob Lusk was one of them guys.
He absolutely was. I learned so much. Bob Lusk, if you guys haven't seen that episode, I highly recommend you go back and watch it. I don't have an episode number. I wish I did. Just do a search on Bob Lusk on the search box on the main channel page, and he'll come up. He's probably, and I think Lyle will agree with me, probably the utmost expert, and I don't use that term lightly with anybody, on ponds in the United States.
Yeah, he's very well thought about. I'll tell you somebody else, Mark, that I learned so much from, and I make fun of him every single day, is James Dockery. The guy caught over 5,000 panfish this year, mostly crappie. And he has told me so much, and I thought some of the stuff that he was telling me, I thought, but it worked.
Until he took you to that spot where you didn't catch no fish. What was up with that?
He kept telling me when I was building these jigs for crappies that they was fine for crappies, but they're too big for bluegills. And I catch them on there, but I wasn't catching the numbers I thought I should. And I'd make one and I'd show him a picture, too big. So I'd build one just like it, smaller, it's too big. The point is, a bluegill has a little bitty small mouth. And to make them that small, I was actually using too big of a hook. So I got that figured out. I think I'm getting to the road that he was talking about. But when I downsized the size of my jigs and flies for bluegills, I started catching more fish. It's just that simple. And I learned a lot from James. I haven't caught 5,000 fish this year. But when it's 100 degrees all year long, old Dad here ain't going out in that stuff every day like James does. It don't bother him.
or 10 degrees below zero. I ain't going
out there either. I don't have to, and he can't make me.
He sent us a picture today of him fishing through some ice off a dock.
Yeah.
I was like, ugh. All the ice is pretty much gone here already, Lyle.
Really? It was
2 days of warm weather and wind.
70 here today, and I think it's supposed to be like that tomorrow. So after being below zero last week.
We'll see. I haven't checked the weather for the next week. I'm kind of torn whether or not to worry about it right now. I'm kind of in between fishing seasons for a bunch of different reasons, and we'll talk about that later. But like it's 54 degrees now. I'm not getting on no ice at 54 degrees.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to be 10 inches of ice on there as of this morning.
It is 10 inches of ice. I'm going to hope I don't have to even get out.
Yeah, we're going to have weather like that through next Wednesday too.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to too, and I'm happy with that. If it had been like that during the Christmas break, I would have been happy with that if it had been that way all the way through. But, like I say, that 6, 8, 10 below zero, whatever it was last week, oh, my God. And then to be 70 today, it's just nuts. But, we'll take it and be happy with it.
That weather just hurts too much. And if you're not careful, you can really do some damage, whether it's to your hands or face or whatever. You got to dress for it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. So the 2020 year, ups and downs, but overall pretty good year. Like I say, if we can improve on that for 2023 with guests and shows that we done, I think we'll do great. I hope the people that watch our shows appreciate it and the way we know if they do or not. And we've grown a lot this year. We've got a lot of subscribers. We get a lot of thumbs up during the shows, and we're gaining on the memberships of people that join the club thing. But we can always stand more of them, and we appreciate those of you that joined, those new subscribers, and the thumbs up. That helps us a great deal with the algorithms and things through YouTube. So subscriptions are a big deal, but views is what they look for to make your channel grow. So we appreciate all you guys that watch us, and if you comment below in the after the show's post, that's a big deal to them. They look through them and see how many people comment on your shows and different things. So all of that adds up, and to Mark and I, that means a lot.
Yeah, it does.
It really does. But yeah, I think we need to take a look at what we got going for next year.
I got lots of fishing goals for next year.
Well, I do too, and I just want to go every day. Like I say, I want to be James Dockery. I want to fish every day and get a whole bunch of fish. But I don't want to do it from the dock. That's why somebody, as much grief as I've given him over hitting that dock, if I ever hit one of them, I'd never hear the end of it.
It don't matter. If I'm catching fish like that, I'll hit docks all day and night.
Well, that's true too.
ZFG.
Gotcha, man. But yeah, I really do want to do some fishing and filming, and we're trying to get everything set back up. One of the big things that I had problems with was different things from my boat setting for having them sponsored boats for so long.
Uh-huh.
And it takes a while to get all them issues worked out, and we're down to the final thing that we got to get fixed and get going. And I'll be so happy to get it done, because Cindy talked about buying another boat. And I'm thinking, I don't want to do that. Ours is paid for. There ain't that much to do on it. We've already fixed everything. So let's just finish it up, be done with it, and then we can just go on, because I don't have to make no payments on another one.
Repairs are cheaper than boat payments.
Pardon me?
Repairs are cheaper than boat payments, the way I look at it.
That's right. I can't write a check for $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 boat, and let's face it, that's what it'd take to replace ours with a new one. It would take that kind of money, and I don't want to do it. So,
yeah, I keep talking. I'd like to get a new to me boat this spring, but if things don't change, in economy wise, I still may not. So
I understand.
I also don't want to go without having a boat for a month or two.
Well, that's true. Hey, Chad Fields is in chat.
Oh, there's Mr. Moneybags,
along with Danny Stone Outdoors and Bank Fishing Adventures.
Speaking of Danny Stone, did you see the bait that him and Richard came into?
I did not.
Oh my goodness. I've never seen so many big shad and Asian carp in one cast net or in one pile before in my life.
I have a buddy, Chris, that you'd get together at Cumberland City and catch skipjacks. We used to do that all the time, and we was up there, and there was so many shad in that hot water discharge. That's why the skipjack was in there, because they eat them. They go up in there, and you catch a skipjack with lures that look like shad. Well, he told me, he said, I walked down at the end of there, and he said, you can't believe the shad. He said, I want to if I'd have cast that, I'd go down there and cast and catch some of them. That's why I got one. He made the first cast and couldn't pull the net out of the water. Now, he's a big old strapping young guy. I mean, strong as a bull. And his son was there. So they let some of them out. And at the time, his kid was probably 15 or 16, and he's a big kid. So the next time he pulled it, they decided they got another load like that. They was going to pull it in, rip the side out of the net, and they'd run out. And they pulled that up on the bank. There must have been 1 million in there. And they was perfect size, 4 to 6 inches, 8 inches long. Great baits. And we took home, or they did, I didn't take any, 2 5-gallon buckets full, because that's all the buckets we had. And they took them home with them in coolers full of ice. But it ain't no wonder that the skipjack was in there, because the shad, there was so many in there. If you used a sabiki rig, you'd be reeling back in, and you'd snag shad in the back and pull them in with your skipjack. That's how many shad was in there.
Those cast nets full of bait like that are a curse and a blessing.
Yeah,
you got to do something with all of them once you get them out of the water.
Yeah, well, like I say, they put theirs directly on ice in a cooler and took them back to Indiana with them.
I filled, a 5-gallon bucket of shad takes you a little while to vacuum seal.
Dude.
And if they're not big, like 10, 12 inches, you're looking at 4 to 6 to 7 inches. You're putting 60 of them in a bag, and it still takes forever to get it done.
That's exactly right. Those days we catch so many them skipjack down there. I run an extension cord out of the motel room and go in the back of my truck. And we'd come in early, and I would vacuum seal and put these in coolers full of ice for 3 and 4 hours at a time. That's how many we catch in a day. Now, that's before they had limits on how many you could catch. Now it's like 100 a day per person. But in those days, you catch all of you want. And I'm not saying it was smart. I took home 565 one year in coolers, and we run out that year.
Wow.
But we fished a lot in those days. We fished a lot. Tackle Box Spike, welcome, buddy. Takedown catfishing. Hey, Kenneth.
What's up, Kenneth?
He's talking about Lance McCougar a while ago. I'm betting he'll be at Mendota again.
I'm pretty sure he'll be at Mendota this year.
Once you've been there, it's kind of hard to say, nah, I don't think I want to go back. I don't know of anybody that doesn't want to go back. M.R. Duggar Fishing. Welcome, buddy.
What's up, Duggar? How you doing, bud?
But, yeah, I think coming up, I think there's going to be a lot of things going on for next year. We're going to try to get some more awesome guests. We'll also be doing some different things. And I have some ideas about educational things that I want to work on, and we'll see how we get along with that. I just think that we need to do everything we can to, like we used to do with Catfish Weekly, try to help people catch more fish.
And we got some ideas we're going to keep close to our chest too. Yes. About a couple of shows we might be doing next year that I'm really looking forward to. So stay tuned for all of that. Definitely. We'll continue to bring experts on the panel here and see if we can't share some of their years of knowledge and experience with y'all. So
that's exactly right. Here's a great question, Mark. What's better, Mendota or Sandusky? I personally have not been to Sandusky Bay.
I'm going to say Sandusky. You guys need to go to Sandusky.
It's a bucket list place for me. I would really like to go up there. But I would like to go up there when some of our friends and compadres are there, because I've never been there, don't know anything about fishing the Great Lakes. And somebody that has been up there, if there's 3 or 4 bunches of us and we're all getting together, we could share ideas. That's the way we used to do in catfish tournaments. People didn't believe that, but it really happened. And they don't tell you spots or nothing like that, but tell you where they're finding them. And we do the same thing. And then you can get together if you're just fishing and say, hey, they're on this kind of structure, or they're this deep, or
they're in the flats, they're in the back.
That's right. And if you get there, especially if you've not been to that place before, that's a huge place.
Oh, without a doubt, man. That's one of the biggest reasons I don't like going to places I've never fished before is that learning curve.
And that's the part I like about it.
Well, I do like it, but if I'm going to go somewhere and spend $1,000 and be there for 4 days and not catch fish until the last day and a half,
that is a problem.
It's kind of the way I look at it. Ain't gonna lie, it is an adventure, no doubt. But
yeah, I would say until I get to Sandusky Bay, I'm going to have to say Mendota. But if I ever go to Sandusky, it may change. Danny says Mark is right. Sandusky, I got your back. I get it.
What's going on here, Ron? Happy New Year.
Is that Air Run up in the
air? Yes, it is.
Welcome, buddy. Glad to see you in here. Thanks for the jigs this year, Lyle. You're very welcome, sir. Very welcome. Mark, all the stuff we've been doing here in the house, and I'm moving everything around, and I showed you my picture of all my jig boxes.
Yeah, you did.
Thousands of jigs. I have a bunch of jigs that are in little packages. You know how I put them in little packages. And some of them have 1 jig. Some of them have 2 jigs. Some of them have 3. Some of them have – actually found a couple of empties in there. But we're going to put them together for prizes. until they're gone.
When?
We'll start tonight.
Oh, I better get that machine ready to go.
Yeah, these are ones that I've got. I may have 100 of them just like it, but in these packages, we've given them away, or people have ordered them, and I've took them out, and there's one or two, and we're just going to combine them. There'll probably be 5 to a package. Now, some of them may be more, some of them may be less, but yeah, I usually throw in a bunch of extras anyhow. So you're not going to get cheated. And,
Well,
and we're
it's kind of hard to get cheated when it's free to begin with. So
you would be surprised. But yeah, nobody ever complains about stuff they win, really. And like I say, some of these have been around for 6 months, and some of them was made last week. None have been made this week, however. But we're going to give all those away. We won't give them all away tonight, but we're going to give them away until they're gone. And by then, I'll probably find some more. So we're always going to have something like that going on, we hope.
Fishing Freedom says 10 hours to Sandusky, almost 9 to Mendota. I'm down. Let's go.
Well, him and Stephanie will be there.
Road trip.
I don't know how far it is for me. Don't really care. If we could go up there and spend the time like we do at Mendota, where we'd be up there for 3, 4, 5 days with a group of people, and I understand some people can't get off work or whatever for that long. Mm-hmm. But if I go up that far, let's catch some fish.
Amen. It's like 5.5 for me to Sandusky, which isn't too bad. Somebody out there in chat, you know who you are, has been trying to talk me into meeting them out there. And I'm like, I got Mendota, hour 50 minutes away from me.
From Sandusky?
No, I'm an hour and 50 minutes away from Mendota, but I'm only 5 hours away from Sandusky, so that isn't even that bad.
That's still doable, especially with this cheap fuel prices we got right now. But it is better than it was.
That ain't saying much.
No, it still should be better. I'm not going to get into that. I can see Chad with his fishing reel already.
Robin C says, no great campground. She knows great campgrounds in the area. I don't think she's in Michigan, if I'm not mistaken.
She live up there?
She's in Michigan.
Wow. I think I told you. Cindy had said something about us getting a tent and doing some camping this year. I'm not sure.
You're out of your. Did I say that? I didn't.
I don't know if stop him. We may be too old for that. We haven't the closest to camping we've had here recently, last several years, has been a Holiday Inn.
I do not want to be the only smart one in a motel that week. You guys are all going to be miserable, and you're going to hate on me because I'm sleeping in a nice queen size bed
if I get
with air conditioning.
I'll just come up there and tell you to move on over, big boy.
Hey, wait a minute. This ain't the bait shop. They were talking like that in the last show.
I bet they was. It would be fun if we can do it. I don't know that we can or not, but we had air mattresses for when we had company. People, we air them up and they can sleep on that, kids and stuff. Grandkids love them air mattresses. They can jump around on. Well, we loaned it out and somebody's dog got a hold of it and tore it up. And I said, that's about the second one. Cindy said, let's buy cots. So we got extra long, extra wide cots. So no matter who it is can sleep on them, when they come visit or whatever. They're pretty damn comfortable, I'm going to tell you. So we'll see how that works out. We haven't got everything figured out.
I'm going to make a recommendation.
Okay.
You unfold one of them cots and you sleep in it one night and see if you still want to camp at Mendota.
I've
all night from the time you go to bed till the time you get up.
You know that I don't sleep very well at night. And once the flooring and all that stuff's done, I'm going to set one up. And one night when I can't sleep, I'll turn the television on. I'll lay in there and see how long it lasts.
And if you think it's good and you tell me, you say, Mark, it was comfortable, I'll go out and I'll buy a cot and I'll camp with you guys.
Okay.
All right.
There you go.
I'm going to do something silly and that's trusty on this one.
Yeah. Well, I'll steer you wrong. If it's uncomfortable, I'll tell you, I can't do it.
Michelle says, I'm with you, Mark. My idea of roughing it is no room service.
I got you, Michelle. I really do. Mm-hmm. I love motels, but by the time you go and drive to Sandusky for me, that's a long way, a lot of gas. And then what, $120 a night for motels for 4, 5, 6 days?
And
Adds
that's
up.
not
Makes
for the
for an
best
expensive trip.
accommodations either.
No, that's just. But let's face it: if you're staying at a motel and you're fishing, most of your time is not going to be in that motel room.
Nope.
So all you're doing is sleeping. It doesn't really have to be a 5-star place. Clean, nice, comfortable will go a long way with me, especially if it's at a reasonable price, say $60, $75. I'm pretty good with that because, like I say, we're going to be fishing or we're going to be eating. And I like to do both. And I know you do.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll go out there and fish from by the time we got back to the hotel, we were so darn or the motel, we were so darn tired. We're like all just kind of standing around, hanging out a little bit, but we were out like a light, ready to go the next morning.
Oh yeah, it is, and man, what a great time it is with everybody at them places. Though that's just so much fun.
Yeah, Robin says check for Airbnbs. Yeah, I think we did that. Unfortunately, that area isn't conducive to them from as far as we can tell.
The best one we ever stayed in was a place outside of Memphis in another little old town. I don't remember the name of it. And the people were so accommodating. We stayed there and had a wonderful time. Doc was there and Jason Matheny and his mother and 2 other guys from St. Louis. They bought one of them little freezers full of meat. And we stayed a week. He said, I want this gone by the time we leave. There was no way we could eat all that. And they unloaded it, carried it back, and put it on the back deck of that house. And we ate out of that the whole time we was there. Well, we went out a couple of times to eat. And we ate there, stayed there, and that was right after Doc's wife, Lynn, passed. And we was all kind of bumming about that. And he come down, and we got Stacy come over and say a prayer for Doc and his family and everything, and it was really good. We done a show at that house, but then people was over there making sure everything was okay, and we was having problems parking. They said, pull them boats up in this yard. It'll be fine. Of course, it's dry as powder, and they were so accommodating. We had Gidget, and they had a fenced-in backyard and let her run back there. She was good. Of course, I keep her in a kennel all the time when I'm not with her, but that was an outstanding place, and the people that own that here in BB was really cool. Don't want to come home with any bed creatures.
Yeah, with any bed creatures, that's a fact.
I can tell
Josh says, guess what, Lyle and Mark? I just finished hooking the boat up to the truck. It's going with me to work tomorrow.
Uh-oh. He's going fishing after work.
I think so. Hopefully he'll go live. Give me something to watch.
That would be great. Oh, and by the way, did I read someplace that Josh is going to be lifetime jigs this weekend?
I don't know.
I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. My days are kind of messed up with this flooring deal. It turned out really nice, but we wouldn't have had to do this if they'd just replaced that valve. But it is what it is.
Well, you got new floors out of the deal, so.
Yeah, I like it. But, everything's good, and we get back to normal and get things taken care of. And like I said,
are we going to fish for anything else besides catfish while we're in Mendota? Are we actually going to try and get on some panfish, maybe some crappie or some perch over there this year?
I would love to. I think to do that, you got to go to the big lake, and I didn't go to the big lake last year, hardly at all. In fact, I didn't. I was on fish, and I hate to leave biting fish to go catch something else. But I know they was there. Now, if they'd have stopped on me, I'd have had to look for them somewhere else, but they didn't. We will be live Saturday night for a New Year Eve show. Awesome.
Cool.
That beats the heck out of going.
Is he going to Baldwin? Or is that when he's tying jigs?
I don't know. He'll tell us here in a minute. I'm going to chase some smallmouths on the lake next year, on the big lake. That's a great idea, Josh. If I go up there, I'm probably not going to chase smallmouths. They're like largemouths. I don't have a desire to catch them. If I do catch them, it's great. But I'll be looking for yellow perch and crappie. Maybe walleye. I like to eat them too. They're not as good as crappie, but nothing is. I love my crappie.
Yeah, me too. I'm a big fan. I do love perch, like we've talked so many times
Yep.
before. But
I want to try them, and if we catch them up there, I'll be able to.
and I like walleye too. Perch are little baby walleyes, as far as I'm concerned.
Baldwin is on Parker's channel in the day, then in the evening show on my channel. Very good. You see, these guys are kids. Josh and Parker and them guys, they can fish all day and tie jigs all night. If I fish all day, I'm ready to take a nap.
If I go out to fish, I ain't coming home till the day's over. That's how I usually play it. So.
Well, I like to do that, especially if the fish are biting. It's hard for me to leave.
I got those Millennium seats. I can sit in them all day, no problem.
We got two of them on in the boat, and may get another one or two for. I want a Mendota smallmouth, a pike, and a walleye. Sounds good to me.
Walleye's 18 inches, pike's what, 40 inches there? I don't know if there's a smallmouth limit on them over there. So
I didn't know about that, but I didn't know there was a walleye length.
Yeah, it's 18 inches. That one I caught there the last year was 16 inches, and I was kind of upset that I couldn't keep it because around everywhere else in that whole area, it's 14 inches. So
wow,
I wanted to bring that to the fish fry.
I caught that northern. I don't know what the limit is on them. That's the only one of them I ever caught.
I think they're 40s over there.
The CS thing wasn't near that.
Yeah, they pride themselves on that size. D's was, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was a good one. I'm guessing mine was probably, 15, 16 inches. It might have been bigger than that. I don't remember. It's so damn slimy. You couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, that one D caught, that's a big one. Those are that 40-inch pike is a big pike.
I'll bet it is, yeah.
That's a big.
They're toothy.
It's a big fish.
I wouldn't mind catching a muskie sometime since I have not caught one of those. But hey, it's all fun. It is all fun, and I'm all about having a good time. And if I could afford it, I would try to stay up there for 2 or 3 weeks. 2 for sure, if I could handle it, because then you get to go to the Wisconsin River, like you was talking about, to do whatever it is you was talking about catching over there. But I would spend the first part of the time catching catfish, and I would strictly go after crappie and walleye and perch, and then maybe a trip for a day or two to the river and just different things while I was there. But you can't do that all in 3 or 4 days. You just can't.
That's the problem. You run out of time. As silly as that sounds, being up there for 5 days or whatever, you still run out of time, especially if you're looking for that big trophy. You're not gonna get that 25, 30-pound channel cat right away. If I do for some reason, then I'll start chasing something else. But
yeah,
other than that, we're there for a reason.
I got you, buddy. Yeah. I kept telling my son, he was probably 15 years old the first time he ever caught a walleye. He went to grab that thing like a bass. I said, don't stick your thumb in that fish's mouth. And he said, why? I said, look in there. And he seen that. He said, oh, my God. But before the day was over, he forgot.
There's this thing in the ice fishing community where the young ladies that go out there and fish hard have been lipping northern pikes through the ice just to prove to the guys that they're tougher than them.
Oh, man.
Just thought I'd bring that up.
Yeah, I ain't doing that. I don't think. I see no reason to. Newbie says it's almost 15 hours from his house.
Yeah, that's longer than I want to drive.
Yeah, that's a long ways. Although I've made some long trips. Cindy and I drove all the way out to North Carolina just to help James do a tournament one time. Didn't fish. Turned around and left the next day. We was out there 2 days, I guess. But yeah, we just went out to help him out because he needed help, and that's what you do. But she done a lot more work than I did. I was a PR guy.
That's a lot of miles. When I was a younger man, I could drive clear through to Florida nonstop. Now, not so much.
It was 14 hours out there one way. We stopped the first night. On the way out, we stopped and stayed with my nephew who lives right outside of Nashville. On the way back, the closer we got, the faster I went. The next thing you know, we were sitting in Buffalo, Missouri. The only time we stopped was to take a whiz and get something to eat and fill up with gas. That's the only thing. We didn't stop for nothing else. But it's getting harder and harder to do. It really is. Used to be I could drive all day and all night. I can't do it anymore. Hey,
good evening, Kelly. Good evening, Super Dave 336. What's going on, bud?
Moderator extraordinaire. But yeah, I think we got a lot of good things looking forward to for next year. I hope everybody likes what we're going to be doing, and I think they will. We got some big plans and some big guests that we're working to get back in, and some of them back in, and there'll be some new ones, and we want to try to help you catch more fish. That's. I
think you need to go live, Lyle, on the channel, fishing, and then let me and Dockery MC it for you.
I don't think that's ever going to happen.
What?
Because it's not you. I know James Dockery. He rides me like a horse, and we just can't have that.
Yes, we can.
No, we can. And you want a credit card? I just know you will. Oh man! But there's some stuff coming up this year. It's going to be exciting, and I'm talking about in the panfish world. There's some things coming up, and hopefully we can be a part of some of it and make it work. I've got some exciting stuff that I'm thinking about. We're going to be going live some more this year than what we have, and we're going to be making a lot more videos and stuff. And no, it wouldn't, Dave. And maybe we can have a competition between you and me one day live.
I think I'm thinking maybe when I finally do get that fly rod set up, that you guys can watch me and laugh at me while I go out there for the first time.
Hey, I'll help you with that. I'll be happy to help you catch more fish with that. If you go live, I'll be in there, and if I see something that you need to adjust or whatever, and I'll be kind. I won't be nasty to you.
I don't trust you.
Try something else, and
this is why. Do you read that comment down there? This is why it's not going to happen.
That was a lot of fun.
I'm just glad I caught fish that day.
Absolutely. I have a box up here in my all them boxes with flies in it. Nothing, no jigs, just flies for fly rod. Mm-hmm. That is going to increase in size and numbers dramatically, because since I started doing the fly rod thing again, I wouldn't build fly rods for such a long time, because to make them look right, you had to use such small diameter thread, and I just was having trouble seeing them. Mm-hmm. But I had that operation on the eyes here a while back, and now that I'm down to using reading glasses and stuff, I can magnify them. But if I get one of them lights that's got the magnifying lens in it, I could really do some cool stuff with that, because I don't do any weaving anymore, none of that stuff, because it's just so hard to see. And like I say, I use really small diameter thread, where most people use a D, I use an A, or stuff even smaller than that. But I want my wraps to look like a ribbon and not thread wraps.
Right.
If that makes sense.
It does.
And I try to make them look that way. So they don't all come out that way, but most of them do. And that's where we're at. So, yeah, a lot of stuff like that we're going to come up. And if people have ideas, I know I get a lot of requests for going live building rods. I get a lot of requests for doing the jig tying thing. I think I created a bunch of monsters when we come up with that.
You think you
because
did?
Nobody was doing it.
I think
we
you
got
did.
A whole bunch of guys doing it.
Everybody from me and Chad, Missy Kennedy, she's getting out there. Of course, David over at Double Hook Angling, who's being mean to me out there in chat.
Dave's a great guy.
I'm going to time him out. I don't think Dave's ever been timed out. I'll be the first one to time him out.
He was a great guest on our show. He really was.
Mm.
But Kelly says he thinks he has a niche for creek wading and while live streaming. I helped him. I think the first guy that helped him do one of them.
I helped him do that too.
Yeah, he does do well doing that. And it was a lot of fun helping him out. I would love to do it again. I just run out of time anymore. There's just so much stuff going on, and it's hard for me to do it. I don't want to bring this up, but I really think I need to.
I think Chad should help him out next time.
Yeah, I was supposed to help Chad tonight and go in there and visit with him on his show.
Oh,
and the last thing I remember was Jason coming on his show and being on panel. And the next thing I know, you was saying, "Hey, wake up, dickhead." Well, I didn't know I was even asleep. I'm so worn. There's James Dockery fishing.
He did. He booted Dave. He says he couldn't let me get that win. I was kidding, James. But thanks for looking out for me, bud. What do you say we let these folks start entering the giveaway, Lyle?
Let's do that, Mark.
Let me just bring that up so we can keep talking, but I want to make sure that they get a chance to enter it for the New Year's. You're always so generous with everybody here in chat. We're going to make it simple. Hashtag Happy New Year.
Now, most people know that I have this box is usually full of jigs.
Hold on. Let me give you the solo screen here. Solo layout. There you go.
This box this morning was rounded up, and I put them all in jig boxes. And that's not all of them. Wow. But this is what we're going to be giving away is these little packages. This one has one. Well, you won't just get one, I promise. This one has 3. That's got 1. This one's got 4. 1, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know how many's in this one.
Oh, boy. Look at that.
We'll use that one to even out the others.
There you go.
It's got 1. But, yeah, we'll make sure that you get something. And what do you think, Mark? 2?
It's up to you. They're not mine to give away, boss.
Oh, hey, I'm just asking. I think 2 a year, 2 a week till we get rid of them.
That works
for a while.
I think that's a great idea.
Keep them 3 tonight, Ben's. It's Happy New Year's, and everybody's been so good to us all year. How's that?
It sounds good. We'll do 3. Get entered in one. We'll do 3 drawings out of there.
There
you go. I see Danny Stone entered. We can't. Danny, no, Danny. You won enough of these. Look at that. James says, "Do not draw till Dave gets back into chat."
Well, that's very kind of him.
Was it a sign of guilt out of James Dockery?
Oh, come on. Surely not.
I didn't think so. Don't worry. We'll wait for you, Dave. Hopefully he didn't go home. Kentucky
Redneck Outdoors. Welcome.
What's up, KY? How you doing, bud?
Chris Everett, Jennifer Copley. Did we miss them, or did they come in after you? I mean,
I don't know.
Just before Danny. I just them things that I don't remember us talking.
I think people were lurking, and now they want to get in on the giveaway, which is understandable. Okay. Jen Smith, hello, Jen. How you doing, dear?
Watch our shows and be happy that we're doing them and be a part of us. Never enough jigs. Thank you, sir.
Then you can buy them.
Yeah, that's right. It's like saying you got too many rods. Who in the world has got too many rods?
Robin C says, James Dockery has a heart of gold.
If you only knew. Oh, he really does, though. He's got an attitude about some things, but when it comes down to it, if the chips are down, he's always there for you. But yeah, it's Christmas came and Dockery's heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Someone rides Dockery pretty hard. It's that guy right there.
Yeah, that's a fact. But with that being said, Josh's daughter loves James Dockery. She really does.
I think she loves to tease James Dockery.
Well,
Sophie, on the other hand,
maybe that's it.
I think Josh is like he's growing the next generation of angry fishermen with Caitlin.
He's egging her on, I'm pretty sure.
You think?
But that's okay. And by the way, for those of you that haven't seen it, the Saturday deal on Parker Pursuits that's coming up from Baldwin. If you haven't checked out that thumbnail, take a look at that. It's got Jerry Parker and Caitlin in there. That's kind of cool. I really like that.
It says she protects Dockery, she trolls Chad.
Well, that works out.
And there we go. Double hook angling's back in the house.
There we go. Heck yeah.
There's Nina. There's Tim Molina. What's going on, Tim? How you doing?
Tim in chat tonight.
Let's see if we guilted. What did we guilt Danny into doing? It says, if I win them, I'm giving them to Kelly Bullock, smarty pants.
There you go. Robin, I have to say that he probably wouldn't care. He probably wouldn't. I'm out of timeout, my first one. Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that was a joke type thing. The first time I got timed out, I thought, what did I do? And people was doing it just for fun. And I didn't,
that was a trend there for a while. Some people got upset by it, so I think it kind of slowed down.
Yeah.
For a while on my show, people were giving me super chats to time people out.
Well, that's a way to make some money, but it also
I guess, but yeah.
Intimidate somebody. Dave says, James, I feel special. You give me my first time out.
All right, we got any more people entering Happy New Year hashtag?
Since Danny, our double hook angle. Let's see, Nina was after him. That was the last one I seen. So what do you say we roll the first one?
We can roll the first one. Here we go. Hashtag Happy New Year. Round and round it goes. Where it stops, only Danny Stone knows. Dan Thompson. Look at this. Another lucky prize for Dan. He's unstoppable.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're doing 3 tonight, so we're going to make him wait for a couple of minutes here, Lyle.
Okay. If you haven't got in, you can get. I was drunk the first time I got timed out.
Well, they gave you 5 minutes to go get a refill, didn't it, KY Redneck?
We have such a good time doing this show, Mark. And it is a deal to help people catch more fish. But when we have the participation from the people in chat like we have, it makes it fun for us too.
100%. It's always good to have, feedback from the chat and have people taking part of the discussion. It definitely adds to everybody's enjoyment. I don't care what anybody says.
That's exactly right. It's just fun. And, we get guys going at each other a little bit sometimes, but it doesn't seem like anybody really gets mad, which I have seen that happen in other chats.
I get mad all the time. I ain't going to lie.
You know what I mean. But I think guys really get upset in some other shows and chat and stuff, and they bicker, and that takes the fun out of it. This is just fun.
Absolutely, this is a good time.
Thank you.
Although somebody did tell me that she was afraid of James Dockery.
Really? Who's that?
I can't say.
Must have been Katie, because she ain't afraid of nothing.
All I know is James felt bad about it, so he went and subscribed to her channel.
Oh, that wasn't Katie. I don't think she's got one.
Robin says her first time out was KP and then Tim Molina.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I'll tell you the only time that James, you could never say he was mad. He caught a fish that was just shy of 27 pounds in Mendota. And I ain't never seen any bigger smiles out of anybody in my life. He was floating on air, buddy.
I'm not, I don't think I should say this, but he was smiles that whole darn week.
He was. And
he was.
James and I got in the front of the boat, put Katie and Cindy in the back, and Katie just tore the fish up that first day. She was just catching them right and left, one right after the other. And of course, we was up in the front of the boat, and Cindy was helping her catch fish. We wanted them to have a good time, and they did. And
they sure did. They had a blast.
So did we. That was a very memorable trip for me. It was very memorable because with those two, we had such a good time.
James Dockery says lies.
He just can't stand it. Somebody say something like that. By the way, if you haven't yet, go to James Dockery Fishing and please subscribe. We're trying to help James get some extra subscribers. I know he says he don't like it, but we don't care if he likes it or not. We want to help him out.
We got pictures, but we save those pictures for when we need them.
That's exactly right.
We keep in our back pocket for those special occasions.
That's a fact.
Are we ready to do one more drawing, Lyle?
We are.
All right, there we go. Let's see who goes. Anybody but Danny Stone. Come on. Hey, look at that. Bank Fishing Adventures. Congratulations.
Bank Fishing Adventures. You'll have to send me your shipping address with your real name and stuff on it because that's the only way I get it.
And Lyle's email address is catfishweeklytv@gmail.com.
That is correct, or you can contact me on Messenger either way. Danny says, I can just feel the love pouring through the screen.
I think I saw Miss Melissa in there when it went zooming through the chat. I know I missed her. I want to make sure I said hello to her as well.
Absolutely.
Buck, I wanted to make sure I said hello to Buck.
Yeah, Melissa's another one of the ladies that do great jobs and great things.
Absolutely.
Stays up late, takes care of stuff on their channel, and does a wonderful time.
James Dockery says, so we showing pictures now?
No, we're not, James Dockery. I've been nice to you tonight. You need to be nice back.
Oh, look at this. Josh says, Danny, if I win, I might donate to you. That's because you want some of that shad he said he was keeping for himself on Saturday.
Yeah.
I know how it works, Josh.
Them shad ought to be really good bait over at Baldwin. I would think.
And Kelly says, Josh, you could donate to Danny, and then Danny is going to donate them to him. They're getting restless. You ready for the last one, bud?
Yeah, I think we're ready.
All right, bud. Let's see who we get. Let's see who the last lucky winner is. Come on. Boom. Michelle, it's all mine. And Josh with the $15 super chat. Thank you, Josh. He says, shipping is on me tonight, boss.
Thank you so much, Josh. We appreciate it. And that'll about cover
it. Pretty close. If not, yeah, just about right. Good job, Josh.
What is it if you use ships to ship them?
Like, Ship Pirate.
Yeah,
Ship Pirate Ship. Pirate Ship.
It's under $4 for an envelope anywhere in the United States.
And I believe Michelle knows how to get in touch with you, right, Lyle?
I think she does, yes. And
perfect.
I'm so glad Michelle won. She does a lot of stuff. All these guys out there that go out and fish off that dock, they all go up there and she fixes them meals. We need to figure out a trip out there, if for no other reason, just to try that food out. Because if it tastes half as good as it looks, it's amazing.
I hear it does.
Yeah, I do too. Everybody says it does. So, yeah.
She feeds everybody all the time. She feeds them good. Also, we need to make sure we give a shout out to Adventures with Robin C. She's been a member for 2 months.
Thank you so much, Robin. We appreciate it. And check out her channel. Robin's been tying a lot of really cool jigs. So that'd be awesome. But these people that's in here that's watching us that have channels that produce content, check them out. Josh, the Weekend Angler, Short Tip Saturday. One of my favorite things. I wait every week to see that. He does a great job. He also does videos with his daughter Caitlin and his wife Christina and his son John.
That Christmas video was spectacular.
It was. If you haven't seen that, it is worth the look. Even though Christmas is over, it is still awesome. Thank you, Robin. We appreciate it very much. Um, but yeah, man, Mark, if we could meet up somewhere and a trip out east to go fish on the dock,
That
I'm
would be
not
fun.
sure I can go out there without a boat.
Yeah, there's a launch right next to that dock, Lyle.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure I can go all the way out there without having a boat to go fish, but just to go out there and fish with Tom and Michelle.
It's so much fun, that whole gang
Oh,
over there.
yeah, it would be awesome, and maybe
There'd be some shenanigans, that's for sure.
think
I think so.
Tom's used to staying up all night, so it's going to have to be a warmer day.
They'll come sooner or later.
Oh, I think so. That would be
That Aaron had me eating hot sauce last night at like 3 a.m. That's another.
Aaron did?
Yeah.
How did you get roped into that?
He sent me a bottle of Dave's Insanity hot sauce.
Oh. Yeah, I used to love that stuff, but I can't do it anymore. My heartburn just gets the best of me. A bottle of Admirals and a shrimp in the video made me laugh. Admirals is pretty tasty. I kind of like it. Yeah.
Well, Lyle, Happy New Year, my friend.
Happy New Year to you, sir. And Mark, before everybody leaves, I want to thank you for being the co-host on Panfish Nation. We've had a great time for the last 2 years, and if we can get another 2 years out of it, that's going to be awesome.
We're going for more than that. We ain't letting you go yet. You're stuck here.
I've told them other guys there's going to be a time when I'm ready to go away, and I've been doing it. I've been doing Catfish Weekly for 8 years, and this for 2, and I enjoy them. But there's going to be a time when I don't want to do them every week. This is different than Catfish Weekly because we really try to make it an educational show. And it's been a lot of fun for a lot of years. I got a couple guys on their market just doing a really good job. And they're younger. They got ideas that I never thought of. But yet they still say, well, what about this or that? Because they want to make sure that it's done correct. And that's what we've always been looking for. So I'm really pleased with what them guys do.
It's definitely a great show to watch every Monday night.
Yeah, it's been a great ride for me, and but yeah, I want them to be very successful as I think that we had. But we all have ups and downs and different things goes on. But yeah, I think we've been pretty successful, and we had another banner week of new subscribers on Catfish Weekly, and we've had a bunch on Panfish Nation. So
fantastic.
I'm always happy to see that. So yeah. But anyhow, thank you for everything you do to help us. And by the way, folks, all the thumbnails that are on this channel, Mark does every one of them. So if you like those thumbnails as I do, then you thank him for doing it because he's the one that does all of them. I do not have the talent with a computer to make thumbnails. I've made some, and people say, what happened? Because I'm not very good at it. That's just the way.
Oh, shucks, boss. You're too kind.
Nothing but the truth, my friend. Thank you so much again.
Thank you for having me.
Anything you want to say in closing for the night?
Happy New Year to all you people out there in chat. I appreciate you. Not only while I'm here on my channel as well, obviously. I appreciate seeing you all in all the chat rooms. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas and you end up having an even better New Year's.
That's right. I agree. I would like to mention also that again, there's some folks in our groups as a whole that are having issues with family members or themselves being issues with their health. Please keep those people in your thoughts and prayers. It goes a long ways. What you believe in your heart will make a difference for those folks. Yep. It really will. Don't forget, Monday night, Catfish Weekly comes on at 7 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, Mark comes on with the Catfish and Crappie podcast, so be sure to tune into it. Next Thursday night, we'll be right after the bait shop, so you want to make sure. We're going to have a good time. Probably give away some more gigs. Thanks
be here.
everybody for watching. See you next week.
Love you all.